Welcome to Cinema Scrutiny.
I'm Heidi.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Mel.
And I'm Sam. And we're
Hush Puppies, Daddy.
Today we will be reacting to 2007's Kevin's Hot Pursuit for the Trans Am, directed by Kevin Morgan, produced by Kevin Morgan, written by Kevin Morgan, created by Kevin Morgan.
Overview.
And starring Kevin Morgan. As you can see, we're doing something a little different today. We tried to get the Kevin Morgan to guest star, but unfortunately he was unavailable.
Yeah, as a Kevin Morgan myself, I know it can be very difficult.
I don't know why she's laughing, because being a celebrity is actually really hard. None of us know because we're poor. He's probably busy with press and like doing all of these big celebrity things. Rumor says he's in the Bahamas.
I
but
heard that, actually.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen any evidence, and I'm a devoted fan. So
Wait, is that? Is that?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my!
It's Kevin Morgan!
it's Alexander Hamilton!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
I gotta be honest, I was not expecting that. I was expecting a little bit more. Thank you, Kevin.
And seeing your film, I now know why. You've set the standard for the movie industry.
Yeah, it's a cinematic
How does that make you feel?
Terrified.
If you couldn't tell by the paraphernalia, we were planning on watching Kevin's Hot Pursuit for the Trans Am and reviewing it today. But we want to know why it's a thing in the first place, because, you know, it's a cinematic masterpiece, obviously, but why does it exist, you know?
Is it though?
It is.
Basically, there was a competition. They were giving away a Burt Reynolds edition Trans Am. And so I thought, well, I could promote my concept Trans Am idea and create this video.
And it's very Smokey and the Bandit-esque, which we love.
Yeah. Love for the Trans Am, love for Smokey and the Bandit, and that's what came out.
You're downplaying it a lot. It's a very emotional piece. I've cried basically every time I've watched it.
I cry every time I see it. Every time you guys make me watch it.
Trigger warning, emotional.
Should we get into it, ladies? And you? All right.
How dare you speak to a celebrity like that?
I know.
Side effects.
Hey, Ma. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Kev.
Oh, Kevin. Is this your rig, son?
Yeah?
Open her up. Let's see the manifest.
Incredible acting on everyone's part.
What is all this?
These were my Trans Am toys I had when I was a kid. Some from the Smokey and the Bandit movie.
Are you still
That
close
movie
with these
planted the
actors
seed
to
within
this
me,
day?
and the Trans Am became my dream car. In fact, it's what influenced me to draw my concept Trans Am. Have you seen my latest drawing?
That looks familiar.
Really neat, Kev.
Cool.
You know, when GM came out with the concept Camaro, I just knew.
What?
Where'd it go?
Bro.
Dad, you want to help me get this Trans Am?
You want something to eat first?
Hush puppies, Daddy.
We got no time for that crap.
He said the thing! That guitar riff is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where did you get that from?
I actually wrote that.
No,
You did?
Yes. All music in here, I wrote on the guitar.
That's crazy.
And those actors, who are they?
That would be my mom and dad, and some guy named Kevin Morgan.
Oh, I don't know him.
Sarah is my stunt double.
Yes, I was actually a Kevin Morgan myself. Although this was filmed in 2007, when I was 4 years old, they did put me on stilts. And
You were also very mature for your age.
yes, they drew a beard on me, and then I did all of the stunts. Fun fact, everyone in this video performed their own stunts.
Where was this filmed?
My house.
Can you tell us
the
where
budget
you
was
live?
high. The
We
budget
had
was
a
high.
very high budget. Spared no expenses.
Spared no expense.
So we did it inside our house and on our property. I mean,
Now, can you tell us your address and social security number?
yes. Yes, absolutely.
You're really utilizing those resources.
Wallaby Way, Sydney.
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Look, I remembered.
All right, let's get into it again.
Oh wait, before we begin, how did you animate or put together the little thing of the car moving?
I actually just did all the animations in Photoshop. Just step by step, kind of like a stop motion animation.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Yes.
That was actually a curiosity question.
My original idea was actually to, instead of zooming in on the picture itself, was to be holding it and having it drive off, but just wasn't able to do in post.
The model/toys you had on the table, were those toys from your childhood? Have you always been super interested in Trans Am?
Yep, they were my toys. Probably got them around 78. Oh man.
He's old.
And Sarah
Dated
she was
myself.
also your stunt double then.
Oh yes, absolutely. Because then she was my age at the so. Wait, I was her age.
She was my age.
If you all remember when we did a review on About Time, that was actually my life story, and I can time travel.
Oh,
Wow.
I actually didn't know that.
So like how the Pixar has a universe, we have a Cinema Scrutin verse.
We do.
Yes.
Nice.
Did you want me to finish answering that?
Yeah.
Loved Smoking the Bandit when it came out. Loved the Trans Am. So, of course, there was all kinds of Trans Am toys out and all that stuff. So I fell in love with the Trans Am, so got all these toys, and I still have all the toys today.
Yeah.
Fell in love with Burt Reynolds.
Oh, yes, Burt Reynolds, big fan.
I mean, how could you not with that mustache?
I mean,
right?
seriously.
The 70s stash is working for him. Plus the cowboy hat. I mean, come on.
I remember when my mustache looked like that. Those were the glory days.
For real.
Hey man, what's up? Trying to get the Trans Am. Did you see it drive by here? Yeah. Hey, how did you come up with those designs?
Is that Guy Fieri?
You know how I love the Smoking the Bandit movie.
Wow.
Yeah, we were in Flavortown at the time.
I posted it on one website.
I knew it looked
took off
familiar.
like wildfire. People just loved it.
It took
Ended
off like
up in 4 national
wildfire.
magazines. Man, I just wish GM would.
Oh, there she goes.
What? Wait, what was GM? What did you want them to do?
So, funny story about that. We filmed this in what, December, I believe it was? The pond was actually froze over, so we were making it look like he was fishing. And the lure was like hitting the ice and just.
That's amazing.
It was hilarious.
That is funny. And that's your brother?
That is my brother, yeah.
Okay.
Your brother's Guy Fieri.
He is. He's the mayor of Flavortown.
Can I say really quick before we get back into it? Like, you looked at Sam and you're like, we filmed it, what, December? You were also there.
Because she was 3, I mean, she would remember that.
Fun fact, it was released 4 days after my birthday.
The initial take, when I went in to stop beside my brother, I about slipped and fell right on my butt.
The bloopers are honestly iconic.
You mean Farrah did?
Yeah,
Right,
yes.
because
Because she
that
did
was
the
the stunt.
she did the running for me when she was 4.
Yeah.
I was really talented to be running those stilts like that.
But with the makeup, I mean, it covered it up.
Yeah,
you know.
Really. It really.
You couldn't even
Covered
tell.
up the stilt?
It was a lot of makeup. Hey, I heard you guys had snacks. You have any snacks?
Only Hush Puppies, Daddy.
Or crackers!
I ain't got time for that crap.
What a car. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
What a queen.
Who's that fox?
Oh, that's my wife.
What day it was?
Smoking
what
hot
are you
wife.
doing?
I'm in hot pursuit of the Trans Am.
He said the thing!
This wedding renewal is going to be so much fun. I can't believe it's been 10 years already.
Me either. And I can't believe it's been 30 years since Smoking the Bandit came out.
He needs to start talking about himself.
All this excitement within me, and it's basically the reason we have this Trans Am for our renewal. And it was so cool to see that same type of excitement with my concept car at the Trans Am Nationals in Year 1 experience.
Yeah, and how beautiful was that Burt Reynolds edition Trans Am they unveiled?
Wouldn't it be beautiful
Not
to
as
live in
beautiful
right
as
now?
you.
I mean, the modern snowflake wheels with the low-profile tires, the black and gold paint scheme, and that thing is just awesome.
That was the fastest wedding renewal I've ever seen.
Right?
It really was.
Yeah.
As I stopped to pick up Teresa, my wife.
No.
Yeah.
Shout out Teresa.
The car literally just stalled right there. Yeah, that was fun.
How long did it take you to get it running again?
I think that actually started right back up again.
Right back up?
Yeah.
Movie magic.
Yeah.
You gotta love 70s technology with the carburetor and
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We remember, I mean.
As the inventor of the 70s, I can also
Yes.
attest to that. Yeah.
yeah.
Every time I see that photo of you and your wife, when she's sitting on the hood of it, I'm always like, how did you... Because you're very protective of your vehicles. And so I'm like, you let
That's-
her sit on the car.
Putting it very lightly.
He never drives it. He just rubs it with a diaper.
I was going to change that hood out anyway, so I didn't care if it got down.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so there was a special reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that makes
Because
sense.
this was before the shaker hood got put on and everything.
Okay.
The shaker hood.
Trans Am people will know.
All right.
We're not Trans Am people, so we wouldn't know.
Except for Sarah.
Right, she knows.
As a Trans Am person myself.
As a Trans Am, you're right.
Yeah, right. I'm Sarah.
That was so beautiful.
Oh, there he goes.
Hey, Danny.
Hey man, what are you up to?
Well, I'm trying to get a Trans Am.
What, this
And where
one?
was this film?
Well, I was
That
trying
would
to
be
get
in
a
my
concept
basement.
car.
Yeah.
It's not
It's very
looking good.
expensive.
Aren't they having a contest where they're giving away this Burt Reynolds edition Trans Am?
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything I can say any differently about the car than anyone else. It's a piece of art and it's a dream car.
Burt Reynolds.
I would love to own it just as much as the next guy. But if all my hard work doesn't pay off and GM doesn't give me a new Trans Am, maybe Burt Reynolds will.
Can I also say the costumer did a fabulous job?
Oh, yeah.
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 Khakis and black.
Well, it was really in at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. So the car wouldn't start at the church when we had to leave.
You and your cousin, I'm sure your obsession was similar because you played together all the time. Do you want to talk about that at all?
I wanted to include him because, I mean, he was my best buddy, you know,
Yeah.
since we were toddlers. I mean,
Best friends.
I mean, we had the same everything and, you know, cars and skateboards and fishing and, I mean, everything.
Yeah, so he was a
So-
big supporter of everything you were
And
doing.
he was a huge supporter. He had a screen printing business and, you know, so he made all of our shirts and all that stuff, and it was not an option. He had to be in it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love that. Did you include your family against their will, or was it kind of like a shared, like mutual, like, yeah, we'll do this for you?
Boy, I don't really remember, but, I mean, I think everybody was pretty much on board with it.
Did you hold them at Hush Puppy Point?
I might have. I think I promised some hush puppies at the end.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fun destination, Hush Puppy Point.
Even better than Flavortown?
It's actually neighboring Flavortown.
Oh, right, yeah.
They share the same grocery store.
Who filmed this glorious masterpiece?
Kenny Van Zant from Wellsboro. My boss owned a Ford dealership, and he was doing a commercial at the time, and so I kind of met him and we kind of hit it off, and so I thought of him, you know, when we went to do the filming. One of the most important things about getting out there and promoting your idea is you never know who you're going to meet and where those connections can lead.
Yes. So you took your Trans Am idea and ran with it. I'm sure it took a lot of hard work to bring your dream to life. Could you tell us a little about the whole process and one of the hardest obstacles you had to overcome?
It is a very long story, but
The short version.
the short version. It all started, well, with Smokey the Bandit and, you know, the love for the Trans Am and the movie and everything. Chevy came out with a new Camaro, and Camaro and Firebird and Trans Am always shared the same platform. So I was like, well, they can't come out with a new Camaro without bringing the Trans Am back, because back in 2002 they had stopped making Pontiac and the Trans Am. So I just sat down on my computer, I think it was January of 2006. I just turned one of their concept Camaro drawings into the Trans Am and posted it up on the internet and stuff, and it just, like I said in the
It took
video,
off like
so
wildfire.
wonderfully. It took off like wildfire.
Best line other than Hush
Ugh.
Puppy's daddy.
Horrible. But
Incredible.
next thing I know, there was magazines getting a hold of me wanting to put my artwork in their magazines, and then there was a guy that emailed me and he wanted to have us come out to the Trans Am Nationals in Ohio and promote, you know, the idea of bringing back the Trans Am. And so we're like, well, maybe there is more to this. Maybe we need to get out of Canton and chase the dream, you know?
Yeah.
So we did. We went out there with like 13 like really crappy T-shirts, you know, that we pre-sold to some of the people we knew from the forums.
The forums.
You know, because this was before the Facebook and social media
Kick.
Yeah, and we went out there, and I didn't even realize it was as big as it was. I mean, we set up all of our prints inside the registration room at the Trans Am Nationals, and somebody saw it and like, oh man, these are cool. I saw these on the internet, and the guy that actually invited us there, he said, well, this is the designer right here, and he goes, dude, can I get your autograph? And I'm just like, whoa. So
Yeah.
I mean, I knew
Take it
we
back
were
moment.
onto something there, but. You know, I had no idea what it was going to lead to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were just hoping maybe we could get GM to bring back the Trans Am, just trying to generate excitement.
Yeah.
And we had no idea we'd be able to just, you know, hook up with the right people and bring it back, you know.
Right.
Your creativity and drive to pursue your dreams is inspiring, to say the least. Do you have any advice for the go-getters of the future?
I think I'll quote Neil Gaiman. He said, make the world a better place, make good art. I mean, that's huge. Don't be afraid to chase your dreams. I would say would be the best piece of advice. You know, if you have that spark, that excitement, you know, get out there, chase your dreams, leave your hometown, get out and she's laughing at me.
No, I'm not.
My stomach went. Oh, see, you gotta listen to your stomach.
My passion is eating, and I'm gonna do it. Thank you, Kevin.
One of my favorite parts of the story when you talk about it is that you had 2 kids at the time and almost a third one coming, and you still traveled all over the country and pursued it, and like you really worked hard and you went after it even though it wasn't easy. Like you put the effort in where it was needed because you wanted it and you wanted it to go far. Like, and that shows so much, and I love that about the story.
You have to be vulnerable. I mean, you have to be willing to put yourself out there, make mistakes. I mean, it's just like this. I mean, looking back at the video, I mean, you can see that it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, trying to combine the concept car with the Burt Reynolds car with the Smokey and the Bandit, and it's just a pile, you know, but you have to be willing to put yourself out there, you know, and just look back and learn from each thing you do, learn from every mistake that you make, you know, because with each thing you do, you just learn from it and get better.
Learn from your cringy days.
Learn from the cringe.
Yes.
Yep.
Mr. Morgan, we know you're very busy, but is there a sequel in the works for Hot Pursuit of the Trans Am?
I think I've heard a rumor about that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been rumored.
Interesting.
Yeah. We were thinking about casting that one character from Hamilton.
Oh, yes. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
That's the one.
He looks just like you.
Yeah. Because I heard he doesn't throw away a shot. I mean...
He doesn't.
For real? Yeah. Lin-Manuel Miranda is in quite a few musicals. Is it possible to be a musical?
We're hoping it will be, you know.
Yes.
Maybe bring back Eastbound and Down, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you drop some of the track names?
No, it's confidential.
Of course. Will your original riff be in the sequel?
I would like to incorporate that just for nostalgia.
That would be smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least in the credits.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that it will include the track Not Throwing Away My Hush Puppies Daddy. Is that rumor true?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You heard it here first, folks.
I am not throwing away my
Hush Puppies, Daddy.
Favorite quotes. It took off like wildfire.
Nailed it.
And how beautiful was that Burt Reynolds edition Trans Am?
What, this one? Pulls it out of nowhere.
He was just hanging out in the basement. At the bar by himself.
Trapped him in the basement.
Yeah, with this sign.
He's just waiting.
Spared no expenses.
Yeah.
You want something to eat first?
Hush puppies, Daddy.
We got no time for that crap!
Perfect. Yeah.
Kevin's Hot Pursuit for the Trans Am it's a good film. For what he made it for, I think it's good. It may have missed the mark in terms of the competition, but it's the quote.
Guess you guys aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are gonna love it.
This movie makes me think of that. But we don't just love it because we like to make fun of it. We love it because we love the guy who made it.
Amen.
And how it's one step on the road to him pursuing his dreams and how far it got him, and it's inspiring to us. So I give this movie a 5 out of 5 stars because the guy who made it is 5 out of 5.
Amen.
Since I was on the set of this film, it was a great experience and it was just so fun. And looking back on it now, this film was one of my first impressions of Kevin Morgan. Whether you knew that or not, I'm not sure, but it was. And since seeing it the first time, we've watched it many, many, many times. And it's just such a classic of its time. It's so good. It's so good for a little laugh because it's, you know, it's cringe. But for what it was made for and the time it was made, I think it was very good. So I give this 7 out of 5. 10 out of 10.
My thoughts, I'm very sad I didn't get any crackers.
I'm sorry. We'll talk to our manager.
So, a little heartbroken there, but
Where are my crackers?
I give it negative 10 out of 5 stars.
Any reasoning behind
It's
that?
just so cringe. It's a hodgepodge. But, I mean, I'm glad I did it. You know, you throw stuff out there. But I just wish somebody would delete it from the internet.
I think
that's not gonna be us.
I think we all feel that way with stuff that we do. Just talking, we're like, oh, let's get past all our parts in our video.
Let's get past
Elvis review.
Do not watch the Elvis review. It's the worst. Anyway.
I'd like to just fast forward through all the cringy parts so you could have intro, bloopers. Would have been perfect.
The bloopers are usually the best part of most projects.
We should have just made it with the bloopers and we probably would have done a lot better.
It should have been intro, hush puppies, daddy. We got no time for that crap. Bloopers.
Because we wouldn't have time to make the movie, so it would be short and it would make sense.
Hush puppies is really all you need to know.
Yeah.
It's so true. Words to live by.
More ideas for the sequel.
Yeah.
Yes. Write that down, write that down.
Just a minute and a half of hush puppies sitting on a plate.
We could have a musical number about hush puppies.
And we're going to try to get Dr. Pepper as a sponsor.
Dr. Pepper.
You know, Dr.
Not Dr. Pepper, it's Dr. Pepper. It took me a minute to realize that that's a soap.
Well, isn't there a period after Doctor? DR?
Yeah.
Doctor.
So I thought I had to pause.
Yeah, but when you go to see your doctor, do you go Dr. Pepper?
And we're going to try to bring back the Diablo sandwich as well.
Yes.
Thank you, nicely.
Honestly, this spectacular film has formed a lot of inside jokes in our friend group and has shaped our comedic life for a number of years now. And I don't know what I'd do without this film. I give it 1,000 out of 5. I don't know what I'd do without Dr. Pepper.
What else is there to say besides this movie is a cinematic masterpiece, incredible acting by Kevin Morgan and family. We rewatch it probably more times than we should because we think it's funny, and it's also got great backstory, and it should have won. I give this 5 out of 5 stars.
Thank you for watching.
Until next time.
Hush puppies, daddy.
Gazoontite.
And God bless.
Roll credits.